Hi and welcome to a new episode of Raid the Dungeon. Today we're gonna talk about crafting. So at the top left here we have the crafting menu, and I will simply click into the crafting menu. So here we have now the option to choose between the Mythic equipment crafting and the normal equipment crafting. I will now go into the normal one. This one is the simpler. So here we have the possibility to craft more or less every item in the game, which we can acquire through the normal chests or through in-game gameplay. So like doing adventure, rifts, and so on. In order to be able to craft an item, you have to find it at least once during normal gameplay. And then you can recraft, or well, it's craft new. You can craft it, new versions of the item. So for example, if you have found an Bifrost sword and you are not satisfied with the stats, you can craft for 150 infinite essences a new one. The price is different for each item. So for the normal eternal ones, it's 20. For the Yggdrasil crystal, it's 35. And for Behemoth's Eye, it's 50. I also wouldn't recommend crafting this too through the crafting, because you have a lot of possible outcomes and you probably won't get any good out of the crafting. So it's better to acquire these ones through the normal farm circle and to do your rounds, and in time you will get good ones. Because I think I have about 3,000 pulls. And there is maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 good ones came out of it. So you can also filter here. So you have the different slots. You can also choose the different rarities. So for example, if you are doing, or if you want to change extracts, you can craft here the items for the extracts and then try to maximize your extracts. So this is also a good use for this crafting. As you can see, the holy items and the green items, they're only one each. So this is fairly cheap. The infernal ones, they are also only 5, so this is okay. Normally, when are you gonna use this crafting, this normal equipment crafting? You're gonna probably use it to get better Bifrost weapons. That's in general the only use for this crafting here. So now let's get into the second crafting option. Actually, if you click on this button, you will get 2 more options. So you have here the set option succession and the unique option succession. Let's start with the right one. So as you can see here, for the moment you can choose between necklaces and rings. So for example, I can choose one necklace. I don't know, let's take this one. This is a bad one. And now I click on select. And now I have 2 possible options here. So the first one here is I can fix the equipment option for 100 infinite essences. This means when I click this, as you can see, it will take over all of these substats and of the base and put it onto the new item. So for example, if you have already nice substats and a nice base, I would recommend using this. If your source item is not very good, then I will just hope, I will try to get lucky to get a higher base and nicer substats. So for these necklaces, you have a few possible outcomes. As you can see, we have here, I think, the 7 necklaces. And when you are crafting this, you see you have, for each of these necklaces, you have an equal chance to get them. But to be honest, there are only 2 good outcomes you want to have here. So for example, you have this, the dragon necklace. This one is good for tier only in order to maximize your critical rate, your penetration rate, and cooldown reduction buffs. The second one, Odin's. This is, actually it's good for leveling, but normally not many people are using this because it's kinda, you either need very, very good endgame gear, so you don't need to use like something like Loki, or you're pretty early in the game, then this one is good, but other than that, it's not that great. This one, I haven't been using this one, so I can't tell you anything about it, but I don't think it's very great. And this goes the same for the next two. I have these two, I have tested them, but the damage output, it just lacks damage in contrast to Loki. Vulcan Driver, it was very popular during fire season. Now it's not that good anymore in the Rift, but it's still pretty usable for Guilboss and tier dungeon. Because when you activate this Vulcan Star, then you will get a lot of damage, and so for a single enemy, this is pretty good. But the best one is still Loki's Broken Mirror. This one, you can use this everywhere. And many of you are asking, why is this so good? The simple answer is because once you have this clone, the clone is also using your debuffs. So for example, if you have like a lot of freeze, if you have a fire debuff, or if you're using skills with debuffs, your clone will also use this. So this means, for example, if you have like 40% freeze chance, while using Loki, you will have the double chance. So you will have 80% chance to freeze the enemy. And that's why this is so good. And there's also like this new ring, the Mark ring. So you will actually have like double the chance to mark an enemy. And normally on the end boss, you will have permanent mark when you're using it with Loki's. So you should really aim for Loki's Broken Mirror. Yeah, you're crafting these ones with the, I think they're called Shards of Prophecy. So these little cubes. I will explain in a moment where you can get these. Sorry, I misclicked. We have also the possibility to craft rings. So I will simply take some ring which is not locked. Here is one. So again, same menu, but we have different rings. As you can see, we have again 7 rings. The rings, you have more, you can choose more options here. Most of them are equally great. I mean, yeah, the best one is the Hand of Light, so this Thanos ring. So while using this, you get an extra slot for the belt or the boots. This is self-explaining. This one, the Ring of Domination, I haven't used this one, so I actually don't know how good it is or not. Nidhoggs, I have been using quite a lot, since you get shield, so your survivability increases, and during the shield you also get more damage. So this one is a pretty good balanced ring, and you can use this everywhere. The same goes for Drug's Blood. You will get a good amount of damage, and it's also usable everywhere. Oleo's Blessing, like I said before, works pretty good with Loki. I'm using this one in Void Rift and Guilboss. And yeah, I'm also using it in tier, and it gives you flat 60% extra damage on top. So this is also pretty nice. Sorry, I misclicked. And the last two ones, they are a little similar, because Heimdall gives you skill damage and base attack damage. So this one is a must-have for rangers. And the Follower of Odin gives you more skill damage. So you have your maximum attack speed is 3.5. So you can get 5% crit rate cap and 250 skill damage. But you need maximum attack speed. So normally, if you're using Follower of Odin, you want to have Manticore somewhere in your gear. So these ones are also pretty good. And now we have the last option here, that's a set option succession. This one works a little different. So as you can see, we have here again the rings and the necklaces. And what you can do here is, for example, what many are using is this one. So you're sacrificing 4 of these items. I mean, I now don't have, okay, they're all locked. But you sacrifice 4 of these items and you will get, so as you can see here, the new ring which will come out will have either gold obtainment increase, more rift advanced rate, or experience increase. And as you can see, you pretty much double one of the values. Because if you would be using only this ring, I think the maximum is 55, 70, and 75. But with creating this new ring, you will get one of these lines within a value within this range. So this is how you also can get insane numbers of Rift Advance reward rate increase. So as you can see, you can in theory get 280 on both rings together. And if this wouldn't be enough, you will also get one of the mythical ring set options on top. So normally you will probably try to get this ring for the Rift Advance rate, or also for a Void Rift with gold obtainment increase. So this is always good to try and to make this. And you have also some other possible options, I mean, which are pretty nice, like if you would get penetration power 30%, I mean, you can simply look through here. There are some nice options inside, or also this one, where you sacrifice the tier gear, and you can get, like if you go down here, skill damage increase 200%. So imagine getting this option with 200%, and then Heimdall or Follower of Odin, you would have a ring with 350 to 450 skill damage increase, which is pretty insane. But it's expensive to make. You have the same possibilities also for the necklace. I mean, okay, less options. So again, you can create this one for a necklace. You can create a tier necklace, or this, the +2. But don't forget, I wouldn't make this because it costs 3 cubes and you get either the +2 or you get knockdown and knockback immunity. So in worst case, you're wasting 3 cubes for nothing. So, where can we get the cubes? There are a few possibilities. One possibility is you will get it from ranking, so for Dungeon, Rift, and PvP. So for example, as you can see, you're getting the tickets, and once you have 5 of these tickets, you can go into the store and you can try to get, for 5 tickets, you have a 10% chance to get a Shard of Prophecy. The Shard of Prophecy are the cubes. So I can simply click here. As you can see, the skip button isn't here, so I got lucky and I got a cube. Yay, great. And also a Thanos belt, which is, this one is okay. We can keep this one. And once you have 3 of these, you can go and start your crafting. Often the question often comes in Discord, which necklace should I use for the crafting? So normally I will put a list inside the description of this video. But normally what you can say is you want to try to have, it doesn't matter if it's on your necklace or on your ring, but you want to try to have like death sentence. You want to try to have +2. Hand of Death is also pretty good. What do I have else? This is my frost ring. Yeah, as you can see here, Follower of Odin needs Manticore, and skill damage is also good. So this is my Ranger ring. +2 ring is always nice to have. The good thing is when you're making your rings mythical, it's good to choose if you have +2 rings, because then you can swap the rings between each of the contents in the game and adapt more easily. So as you can see, I have tried a few rings. What is also good is a penetration cap, 5%, like the Hand of Death, Death Sentence. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I've tried until now. Yeah, the one I'm wearing at the moment, this is, where is it? It's here. That's my Demon Power and Undying Sigurd. So I love this one because I can do content higher than my actual gear, since I'm not dying that easily. Yeah, so this one is pretty good. But I will put a list into the description and then you can read for yourself. So I hope now you understand the crafting system and what you should craft. Maybe just before I finish the video, what should you go for? I mean, what's the priority when it's clicking? When you're starting crafting. So your number one priority should be to get Loki. So that's this one here. So your number one priority, try to get Loki's Broken Mirror. You will use this everywhere and in each of the content in this game. Once you have Loki's Broken Mirror, you're done with the necklaces, to be honest. And then you are going to the rings. Again, clicked wrong, sorry for that. So after that you go to the rings and you want to try to get 2 mythical rings. But like I said before, the rings are pretty much all equal. I mean, yes, some of them are better than the others, but to be honest, in the end, you won't notice that much of a difference. So I wouldn't waste too much cubes if you want to try to get a special ring. If you can do the content with the rings you got, do them and save the cubes for some later update. So, but now I'm finished. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, subscribe, and see you until next time. Bye.